Well, hello everyone. Welcome to today's client catch up. Today I'm being joined by Andrew Gall. Mate, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Mate, so I'm going to thank you for obviously agreeing to catch up today. Loving working with you in my boardroom program, but I'll probably just hand straight over to you, mate. Maybe tell us a bit about yourself, your business and the work that you do.
Yeah. So my name's Andrew Gall. I'm the director of Argyle. We're a structural and civil engineering practice, sort of specialising in boutique architecture with a real focus on public architecture and contributing to our wider community. Joined the program with yourself at the end of last year and been enjoying I guess the overview of potential options and opportunities that we've got to grow and expand the business.
Yeah, nice, mate. And I guess, if you cast your mind back to before we started to working together and before you joined the program, like what was going on for you? What wasn't working for you in the business, and what were your main frustrations?
Look, I think the big thing was and I think we've discussed it a fair bit. It's just about having high value time and creating high value time for yourself. And I think when you're fully consumed in business, at times you can get stuck in the micro and you find yourself doing a lot of working in the business and not working on the business. And I think it's great to have an external party that you can bounce ideas off to keep you focused on the importance and the high value time and working through that to ensure that you make that time for yourself each week. And you're constantly working on that sort of business development stuff.
Yeah, nice, mate. Yeah. And it's been nice kind of watching you, like, mate, you turn up every week. You're always asking questions. You're always hungry to learn. So mate, it's been a pleasure having your contribution in the group too, because it's always sparking conversations and new ideas, and you're always prompting me, hey, Josh, let's build this. And have you thought about that? And so it's been great so far. So in terms of like the training frameworks and the training topics and that sort of stuff, like what have you enjoyed the most so far in the program?
Look, I think the boardroom videos are great, and and I need to get stuck into a few more of those. I think having the capacity to have some time, and if you're a bit unsure as to how best to utilize that there's that resource that you can just jump into and have a look at it. And often, if you're feeling a bit uninspired and you're not sure about the next thing to do, they're actually a good tool to sort of trigger some ideas to then create some thought processes about the next thing that you want to do. And I think that's probably the thing that the program's great with. And at this stage, I need to work a bit harder on creating more time to actually utilize all that energy and those ideas that are sparked from those conversations, because I've got a lot of, it's created a fair few ideas of things that I want to work through in 2023. So my biggest goal at the moment is creating the time for myself to be able to execute those ideas.
Yeah, nice. Yep. And like, I guess to outcomes and wins, like what have been like some of the good outcomes so far, and some of the biggest wins that you've had in the program thus far that you're excited by?
Look, I think the one of the big things that I've sort of implemented, I think is just around developing strategies to create high value time for myself. And that is around identifying the value of my time and utilizing leverage to try and create that time, whether that's leverage through clients, in identifying clients that deserve my time and those that don't, and also creating a greater accountability within my staff and workforce, so I'm not spending time doing things that I shouldn't be doing. So working towards creating more of that high value time that'll enable me to implement those other strategies.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
Yeah.
And I guess to you personally, as the business owner, like what impact has the program had for you so far?
I think it's created a new energy and an excitement for the business development side of things, which I think had kind of drifted a little bit, because I'm quite passionate about the work that I do and I really enjoy the work that I do. But in order to take that next step, then there needs to be some discipline in ensuring that you're working to create the BD opportunities, and I think it's kind of sparked a lot of those ideas again, and got me passionate about that side of the business as well.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Yeah, that's music to my ears and refreshing to hear that. And in terms of like, you know, how we sort of focus on the different areas within the business, like marketing, sales, you know, admin, ops, project delivery, and then obviously strategy and vision. Which of those sort of areas do you feel like your confidence levels have increased the most in?
I'd probably say I think the breakdown of admin. I think with the business size, it can be. I guess the strategies around identifying and reducing admin and delegating those tasks and identifying those on a regular basis, I think has been pretty enlightening. And I think it's one of those things where it's just easy. Sometimes you can perceive it to just be easier to knock it off yourself. But and obviously we're still in the process of being able to greater define the administration tasks within each of the members of our team to break those away. But and I think it's, you know, I think it might be something with one of your other clients that you've mentioned, that due to the shortage of talent and the difficulty in new hires, creating efficiency by reducing admin and trying to find an admin person that might be easier to hire is a good way forward to create a little bit of extra resourcing capacity for everyone, which is something that we're looking into at the moment.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice, mate. And my kind of final question, like, you know, for people like business owners who are who are on the fence and sort of thinking about doing the program, would you recommend the program to other people?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's just one of those things where if you've got, you know, potentially not all of it might not be relevant to your journey and what you're doing, but with the diversity and the different modules that you've discussed, I kind of feel like that there's something in there that will spark an idea. And I think that's probably the best thing, is that I don't think there's any one program that's a horses for courses that matches everyone, but the diversity of the program, I think, speaks to would speak to everyone and would inspire them to come up with an idea that's relevant for them, and then they can obviously then come back to you, as I've done, and annoy you and ask a bunch more questions about how that particular module could be relevant for our business or their business.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Well, mate, like I said, thank you so much for your time today, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you in the program so far. Like I said, yeah, you are that person that continues to ask questions and probe and that sort of stuff. And that curiosity is only going to mean that your business is going to grow in leaps and bounds. So, mate, love working with you so far. I'm looking forward to kind of the journey ahead as well. Cool.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for your time. Easy.
Talk soon.